Am I doing this Fender Player Strat again? Hells no. I got the amp that so many of you have been clamoring for me to get, and we're going to unbox it and give it a literal first look today, right here on GearGasms. Hi everybody, welcome to GearGasms. I'm your host, Alan Barnes. Today, I finally did it. You guys have been bugging me and bugging me and bugging me about one amp in particular that you want me to get, so I got it. Now, what did I get? I got the Boss Katana 50 Mark II. Ooh, yeah, you guys have been wanting me to do that, so I figure I got it from Sweetwater. I paid full retail. Now, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It is really amateur hour here, but I'm getting a little better every day. I'm going to literally unbox this amp right in front of you, and then I'm going to literally put it here, stick a microphone in front of it, turn it on for the first time, and just futz through it. So I'm going to unbox the amp, then we'll jump right back, we'll ooh and ah over some glorious B-roll, and then we'll get to hear it. All right, it's the unboxing part of the video. I know you guys love it. All the cool kids do it. All the cool YouTubers. Foam stuff. Can you see that? Katana. Ooh. Look, cable for electricity. Sincere thank you from Chuck. that one actually hit the lens. I love it. Mini catalog again from Chuck. Perhaps most impressive, a paper manual. That's not some god-awful multi-fold thing. Look at that. A fucking spine. What? Oof. Okay, it's the Boss Katana 50 Mark II. Obviously, it's 50 solid state watts. Across the top, it's got your normal amp knobs for a lot of things. Your EQ, your volume, your gain. Has like 1, 2, 3, 5 switchable amp types. Going down the panel, of course, we have some concentric controls. To the far end, we have master volume, we have a power on off switch, and something that is extremely interesting for a solid state amp. Not only does it have 3 power levels, 50, 25, and 0.5, it has a standby, just like a real tube amp. Looking across the back, of course, you got AC in. You can do USB because you can hook it up to your computer. This does not have Bluetooth, but you do have an aux in to play your little songy dongies into it. It has a foot control, what, or expression pedal you can put in there, and it also has phone/recording out and power amp in. But yeah, the case feels real super solid. I just like the way it's got corner supports. This almost feels like the entry-level Spider 5 series from line 6, just in the overall package of it, and that's a compliment. That's a well-built little practice amp. So yeah. All right, in true GearGasms first look fashion, I have eschewed the manual. Did I say that right? And I specifically picked my son's 2 guitars because those are more entry level. This is a Fender Player Series Strat dead stock. Figured I'd start off with the clean stuff with that. And I literally have not even powered this on yet, so the levels might not be okay. All right, bunch of red lights came on. I am curious about the gain, so let's hit it. Yeah, you can, that's the clean channel. You can get a little bit of I like that because a lot of digital clean, the gain wouldn't make that much of a difference. All right, since it's a clean, let's make it pretty. What's the first thing we want to do? Add reverb. So I see a knob. The Green light came on. Let me hear it as it comes in. We'll do E this time. I know y'all are tired of the D, ladies. That's crazy! I like it subtle. Let's see, it goes a little more up. When we dime it, it sounds just like the Fender Blues Jr. with its reverb on like 0.3. Oh. All right, so we'll give it a little bit of verb. Just to make it sound a little organic. What's the next thing? Booster and mod. Now, looks like mod is in the little doohickey. See, that's on the inside. So let's forget about the booster for a second. Let's go mod. So it looks like the modulation there is a chorus, and you just get more or less of it. I don't mind the feel of the rotate, but I'm just curious. I hope you don't have to get into the software to change to, say you want to use a phaser or a flanger or a tremolo with the clean, but it seems to be that the knob is assigned a chorus. Now, that is one area where I absolutely expected the Boss to excel is in modulation and delays. So let's prove that out. Let's add some delay. Now, oh, okay. So the delay is the inside, and this other one is the effects. So maybe this one changes the delay somehow. Let's find out. All right, so the speed doesn't change as I turn it up. What does change? Okay, so I guess just the volume of the repeats changes there. All right. All right. Now this other knob, what does it do? Oh, okay. It's bringing tremolo in. That's different. And again, that might be set per voice in the old song. All right, so let's just kill that. Let's go see what this boost does. Pretty obvious what that does. Interesting. All right, so, clean. All right, so you can, of course, futz with EQ. EQ is kind of boring in demo videos. It's kind of like a waste of everybody's time. EQ does what it does on most amps. All right, so that's the clean. We're going to stay with the Strat here on the crunch. Before we do that, let's go to acoustic. And that's what I expected. It's not an acoustic simulator. It's actually to plug an acoustic in. We'll probably skip that today, but I will do that in the in-depth. I say we, like I got a turd in my pocket. All right, so now we're getting into the crunch. Let's turn the gain halfway up. And we know we're going to have to do this. Now, one thing that's important to point out is this doesn't model specific amps. It gives you voices, flavors you could call them. So that makes us a lot different than, like, say, the Line 6. The Yamaha THR series does a very, very similar thing. It's probably not a dumb move, really. Where you're just like, I need a crunch sound. So that's clean, crunch, and you'd heard a little bit of acoustic. Okay, just like in the last segment, we're using an everyman guitar. So we're gonna go right into all the lead. Oh, you hear the noise? Now I fully realize that in the last segment I said that EQ was useless in an amp demo. I'm often wrong. All right, so we're in the lead. We heard a little bit of this and that, but we didn't really hear any lead. But Jesus Lord, I gotta have a little of this. Pinky switch, did you hear that? I don't know, more delay. And this Epiphone Les Paul goes out of tune as well as any Gibson. Oh. Better, perhaps. Oh, that's better. So that's brown, huh, with gain kind of low. I call that chromatic song. Do you like it?
Ooh, you suck.
Brown. I don't know. Let's pull this back to reasonable. Let's put a little delay on it before we jump to any conclusions. Let's even throw a little bit of Eddie's like late 80s sauce on it. Sounds really good. I like the brown sound more so than the lead. It feels a little more brown, earthy, soil, like it has soil in it, like really good soil, like the stuff you get from the Home Depot. It smells all fresh and it's got them little white nuggets in it, that pot and soil. What the hell are those white nuggets? I'm almost afraid to ask. Since we've got the, well, no, I'm going to do this though. Since we've got channel 1 and channel 2 and panel, I got to hit that tone button. So here we are on the brown sound. Oh. Well, that don't sound very brown to me. Obviously, there's some voodoo there with channel 1 and channel 2. Probably another bank of things to go with that, so that's cool. We'll have to get the manual out, but cool. Another channel there. Well, obviously you can see over here the variation light came on. That's interesting. I'll dig into that, I promise. Of course, I'm going to do a full demo of this where I know more about it. I'll crack into the manual. We'll go through this thing with a fine-tooth comb coming up in a couple of weeks, I promise. So what did we learn today? We learned that, hey, those smooth YouTube videos where the guy already knows everything about the product and demos it, those are valuable. But it's also valuable just to have a dumbass like me pull it out of the box and see what happens, because that's more than likely going to be your first experience with it as well. We also learned, or maybe we didn't really learn, but we were intrigued to learn more about this whole power switching thing. I think that's fairly fascinating. Of course, I got to get the manual out and read about channel 1, channel 2, the different tone variations there. And finally, we learned that the host of GearGasms will sometimes contradict himself in mid-sentence. At one point telling you that going through the EQ has no value in an amp demo, and then immediately putzing with the EQ during the high gain part. You get what you pay for. Aww. As always, I thank you for the time that you spent with me. I know time is precious, so God bless you. Tell some of your low rent friends about GearGasms, the ones that you know that have really, really bargain basement taste. They fit this channel's demo perfectly. You can support the channel by buying a t-shirt. Lots of you have, although I realize some of you may not be like super thrilled about sporting a GearGasms t-shirt, like maybe running into somebody from your church. I get it. Whatever you do in the next 7 days, don't tell GearGasms Jr. about it. He's still asleep and he's got no idea that I use guitars in this video. But play more guitar, watch less YouTube, and keep coming back here week after week for more GearGasms.